we have our core, and we move on with that. So, last time on wherever the fuck this is, I guess last time on the six. I'm gonna have to find some wacky six related joke now. But last time on whatever this was, we left the sanctuary of Bob's house in the middle of the ocean. After having a whole lot of both eye-opening and perturbing self-discoveries and man forgetting a plant, you all you all had some discussions about what what you were gonna talk about and how you're gonna break the news to the Dumbala family, about what you're gonna do about Maeve, all of your grievances with how it happened, the adventure as a whole, um, and slightly discussing some of the new magical items that you got and trying to figure out how some of them work. Um, you cleaned up the bodies, aka dumped them in the ocean. Some very happy fish is just leaving a trail behind you. Um, and everyone witnessed the large bone-like tree structures that were kind of implanted themselves in all the goblins and hobgoblins' chests. Um, it was quite disturbing, but you managed to just keep her going. And you managed to also pass a number of checks to actually keep the ship going in the right direction, which was nice. Um, but the original or the plan that you guys settled on was that you're going to send Mammoth out, or at least you're trying to find someone, and Mammoth volunteered on his broom to go find someone to help you actually get to the island safely, because you realized while the ship was moving, um, you it was a state of repair that the damage to the actual helm, to the wheel itself, was so severe that steering it properly into port, and if it wasn't just a straight shot, which it never is, um, you would probably crash or just end up hitting another ship, which could cost thousands of gold. So you decided to go send word ahead that you needed help and that you were rapidly approaching. And you did exactly that. You found the keyword for your broom as you said it as the new owner, as the word work. Um, can't wait for all those fun times where you just accidentally say it in a sentence now. And you dove off the side of the ship and flew over to Paradise Peaks Port, the southern port to be exact, where you found the same gnomish individual that let you all in the first time, and he even recognized you as it's pretty rare where you see a random child being escorted by adventurers onto the mainland without, having any sort of, reason of doing so or explanation behind it. As they did just drop you off, and then you started head on over to the vassalship tournament. Um, and you explained your situation, rolled a natural 20 investigation check with them, looking for who could help you and for what price. And you managed to find probably the most useful person on the docks. As what a natural 20 got you was Zyrus Amaril, a drow previous captain, an ex-adventurer, who is now acting as the dockmaster of the Seven Ports. Um, they had more than enough experience, and were quite curious about you and your situation, as there was just a child on a broom asking them to help bring a ship in. Um, and after you described everything that was going on, she just sat on the broom, gave the command, and as you're questioning how you'd get the broom to go towards the ship, it was already doing so out of your internal commands. Um, Soaring off with your lapper behind, you managed successfully to help, under her commands, to bring in the ship without any further issues. And upon doing so, she gave you a little background about the ship. as the two hobgoblin partners that were running the ship were pretty high-end pirates who had pretty high-end bounties on them and were worth a pretty penny, as the sealed deal was a pretty fucked up ship. She gave you the lore. There was about 2 months, 2 to 3 months of their bounties being open on the market for collection, um, and uh, also went and looked for the cargo and said that she'd be able to liberate it from you, bring it back to original owners so that you would not get caught in any of the criminal business that is related to the seal deal. There was also brief talks that since you guys did kill all of the pirates, and the evidence of the blood stains on the deck of the ship, clear as day. Uh, she said after the question being posed of can it be yours, that it does cost a lot to deed the ship and repair it, um, and highly suggested that you get a crew this time around instead of forcing roughly 5 to 6 people who have never been on a ship before and have no knowledge of a ship to try and get it across the ocean successfully. Um, and said that with the money that was being put towards uh, the two bounties on the sealed deal, that it could be helped for repairs, and for giving you a little bit of extra coin left over in case you want to hire some crew this time around. Um, After she left, a long and tireless process of drafting up messages for Maeve's mother happened, and we waited a little bit and got a pretty a pretty vague message, not exactly describing what had happened, but just telling Maeve's mother to come to the docks as quickly as possible, and bring any trusted or loved ones. And after about 15 minutes or so, Kira and Maeve's mom showed up. Um, there was a brief moment of sadness, a moment of intensity as one of the Damballa figures leaving their household and coming for the southern port of Paradise Peak is a little unnatural. A lot of people were either like bowing, or you can see some even making holy symbols towards her, just like genuinely perturbed. Because there's also, she landed on a dragon that was Kira. But after shedding a few tears, they broke into smiles as Maeve's mother had confidence that the raise dead ritual uh, that could be performed by her father, Maeve's grandfather, uh, would easily enough bring her back. And so, uh, you all broke down into various different goals of what you wanted to do. Um, Kipley used the cards given to her by Vince to send a few messages his way. And since you arrived in the southern docks, it's pretty close to Garen's Crossing, where it's his normal kind of dive bar that he stays in most of the time. And he popped by for some information. Um, you briefed him and uh, also gave him a task of finding Pearl, of which you offered gold for, and he turned it down repeatedly, saying that he has known her for a very long time, even before she knew Maeve, and that he would help look into it for a friend. Um, and after his departure, um, all of you began a brief discussion about if or what was to come next before the ritual, and you decided that just a little bit of mental prep, and maybe perhaps a little bit of food and just relaxing back at the manor would be necessary. And you did so. Um, Arriving at the manor, you were taken by Dragonels over to uh, the kind of secondary abode. One that you had not previously visited, but clearly some sort of not exactly small home, or residence, but just a small building owned by the Dabala family, still on their property. Um, Off in the far northwest corner of Paradise Peak, you can see there's roughly about 10, 15 people gathered there. And they all are of some importance. Um, you can see there's some sort of like meeting or gathering was held before you all got there. And a few faces you recognize, a few didn't. You saw two sponsors. Both Nordstrom was there and Evelyn Kroll. And Percy and a few of the guardsmen that you'd seen prior were there. Percy briefly came up and asked slash formally requested if it would be all right with all of you to take part in the ritual, which you agreed. And Nordstrom came by saying that Reese might be requested for his help soon, and also just asked about any updates of her symbiote and all of the progress with all of her augments that she had been working on. Evelyn Kroll went over and gestured for Kipley to meet her and have a conversation, where you also gave her updates, and she pried into all of your lovely Eldridge business. That is the Wi-Fi. That is what you're looking at. That's the adapter. Did you do not
Did
tell
you
me you
not
did
have the
not
adapter? Did you not have the
Ash.
adapter plugged in?
Ash, if you
Ash,
didn't have it
tell
plugged
me.
in,
Did you not
we are
have
gonna
the
have
adapter
problems
plugged in?
right now.
Did you, did you not have the
She was just
Mustang's
so excited.
intelligence will drop. In-game consequences. Oh, and that was my
Yeah,
sister's?
yeah.
Did it
So
not?
it may be a thing of like you needed a little yeah, steal it. Take it.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe
You're
not
wrong.
steal it, but like, did did it not come with your PC? Was there a box or something that you're missing inside of it?
No, I'm
Most
not.
don't.
Okay, well,
Not that
if
I'm.
that's the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi adapter, why come my computer can pick up the Wi-Fi without it?
So there's a difference
I,
between like an installed one that's installed to the motherboard and then one
mhm.
that like is that you can plug in. The one installed to the motherboard, if it's not a laptop or like a phone or something like that, they typically suck ass. At least in my experience, I could have a very biased
No,
experience
I
with it.
concur.
Well, obviously this seems to
But
be a universal experience in my household, seeing as my sister has one of them sons of bitches on her computer. To recap.
Hey. Yeah, I would suggest looking into getting one of those. I think Jared or I could link you one afterwards. But anyway, fuck, where was that? Oh, Kroll, yes. Kipling Kroll had their updates. She said that the name that you were given, the Bone Mother, excuse me, the Bone Mugger, the Bone Mother, was not obviously the true name of your patron, but was good enough to show that you're actually putting steps forward. Since it hadn't been it hasn't been officially a month yet since you guys started adventuring together. But now that you think about it, it's getting pretty close. You're only a few days away. As it's been several weeks over the course of your previous adventures, and then the whole prep period before you left, going out on your 1 day trip, and then coming back. Um, but after giving updates, she seemed pleased, and gave notions and slash hints that she knows of Ravinica, and that she's curious of what you will do. And her last statement that she left with you was she's not going to give you any hints or spoilers for what is to come, but before you make a major decision, because she said that you would once you arrived, that you should, through the possible of your own power or for your companions, uh, you should message her with what you intend to do once it is clear of what that is. But all of that aside, y'all went in and began the ritual, which was pretty well done overall. There was four trials that needed to be passed, each using their own intellect, or excuse me, their own proficiencies and modifiers. Um, there was intellect rolled, arcana. Um, we had a really cute druid craft moment with Mammoth and the plant. Um, and 3 out of the 4 trials were passed. Um, as Kira, Maeve's sister, failed hers, and Percy, Reese, and Mammoth all succeeded. As the ritual went past, all of you held bated breath, and you saw no change in Maeve's body as the swirling energy the swirling energy of the healing spell above slammed into Maeve, and nothing happened until you heard this kind of really rough and kind of there you go, kind of broken voice creep out of Maeve's body as it shot upright, looking over at all of you, and specifically looking at the Dambalas in the room. Seems an opportunity to succeed her sister. Yeah, for sure. Kira wanted that title, uh, the last Damballa. But the body stood up and gave a brief explanation slash goat about how it it didn't give its direct name, but clearly the Dambalas seemed to know of it. Um, you also all know that Maeve's mom bragged about her title as a slayer of demons, as she had killed previously multiple pit fiends with her party that she had ventured into the hells with, including her husband. Um, and it seems that the one of these devils, or their subordinates, friends, lovers, partners, one of them was related to this event and had claim over Maeve's soul. At least that's what they said, as they claimed that Maeve was in their possession, and that she would be tortured for eternity in the Nine Hells. And then Kipley tried to mind spike the body, cutting the link, trying to get the information of where they might be in case they were in the mortal plane. However, since they weren't, nothing happened, and the body fell back dead. With the failing of the ritual, should be two surprises. I love just the chat in the background of going for tech support. Um, the um, the family had a conversation with all of you. Maeve's father, who you have never actually met before, you've seen him but never talked with him, as he had gotten back from his journey. Uh, Essentially said that as Maeve doesn't choose many close friends, that you are all to continue progressing, continue getting stronger, and continuing to stay together as a group going forward so that this, one, doesn't happen again to any of you, and two, so that you can aid in Maeve's return, as he undoubtedly stated that she would have a way to return. It would just not be easy having to find the physical soul in the Nine Hells. Um, there was also a brief moment of tension as Belle Estelle, the daughter of the Monarch of Dragons, also one who seemed to have slight beef with the Damballa family to begin with, and also openly hated Maeve because she had um, her little statement on our second session calling out the Monarch of Dragons and claiming that she would rival their power one day. Um, she had a few words to say, and both Maeve's father and Percy seemed to have some sort of spell or action that they took and knocked the shit out of her down in a threatening manner, telling her to butt out of it, and which she did. And after leaving, Percy leaving, and Maeve's father leaving, only Maeve's grandfather remained, in which he gave you all a similar statement slash warning slash command. Um, that Maeve would be taken care of to not worry about her body, um, but that you all should continue dealing with your business. You should continue whatever journey that you started, and that he would alert you in case there was a location found of Maeve's soul in the meantime. Um, and with all of that information soaking in, all of the previous events transpiring, and all of these various different emotional roller coasters that you've sorted through, the end of the session there. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight. As you're all standing outside this little kind of mausoleum on the cliffside of the Dambala estate, with all of these different thoughts flowing through your heads, what would you guys like to do? It is evening. It is late evening, roughly around 9-ish p.m. You can see the sun has already set and that darkness has begun to take over. So, um, before you go back to the estate by Dragonelle, is there anything that you guys like to discuss?
I think Kipley would just kind of turn back to. She kind of twitches a bit at the end of this, uh, and then she just like takes in a deep breath, lets it out, and then turns to the rest of the group as all the rest of the people have filed out. And she just looks at the rest of her party and just shrugs with a smile. Should we go get some drinks?
Yeah, I could go for that.
Yeah, say less.
All right, great. And she's going to march out and start looking for the nearest tavern.
Okay. So you march out, look at the cliff, look back at your Dragonelle, and you all saddle back up and head over back to the Dambala estate. Unless you want to try and bring the Dragonelles straight into town to try and get a tavern. Um, it's not advised, but you can do it.
No, we can take it. We don't want to be reckless.
Okay.
Not this time.
So you go back to the estate. By the time that you actually get back down to the Dreaming City, it is roughly about like 10:30ish, as you travel to the estate, and then walking all the way down the mountain, you finally get to the city. What kind of tavern you guys looking to go to? Just a casual bar with not a lot of people, a high-end tavern. Because you know of a few now that you've been here for a while. And you were told of another one by Captain Zyrus of the highest end tavern in town, the Dawning Cutlass. At least last session you were. But you have the Dawning Cutlass. You have, God, let me go back up to my tavern list. The Vermilion Scabbard. You have Caffey's Corner, Garen's Crossing, which of course is a little bit more of the criminal dive bar. So go at your own risk. Um, but yeah, any out of those four, any that you guys like to venture in, or would you like to go see if there's anything new on the block that you'd like to go and try out?
How late is it? You said?
It's like 10:30. It's getting pretty late.
I vote the Dawning Cutlass.
Second.
Third.
Great. That's 3 out of 6. That's a majority vote. Let's go.
Which ma'am, are you going with them as well?
Sure am.
Alrighty. Sure am, bud. You all make your way. You were given luckily directions to where it was. You weren't just blindly given a name. It is close to the docks. The Dawn and Cutlass is actually this gorgeous tavern that is built into the city wall, because obviously the wall of the German city kind of runs along the coastline to protect them from any sort of invasions, monsters, or any kind of like coastal threat. Um, the Dawn Cutlass has windows that are kind of built in, and they're look pretty fucking reinforced. But you can see it's kind of built into the actual stone itself, so you have a direct view of the ocean as you all walk in. Um, what should I name this device? You could put corpse in a vacuum. But as you all walk in, you can see this gorgeous interior. Um, it's not, it's not like you're walking into the deck of your golden ship that you just got, or into Maeve's estate. But for a tavern in Dream City, which you've seen the worst of the worst, and like some of the more decent higher end, um, it's definitely the highest end tavern that you've seen. Um, as you walk in, you can see there's only about 3 other people. Um, they're actually in here. Most are sitting by themselves in different corners of the tavern. Uh, and you can see the barkeep that is currently kind of just. It looks like they're just doing the barkeep thing of cleaning a glass that's already clean, just for the sake of keeping busy and not awkwardly standing. And as you kind of walk in one by one, you can see this really stout looking dwarf. Um, Kind of much larger than what you've seen for dwarves. Uh, Big orange beard, kind of bushy orange eyebrows, kind of braided hair in the back. Um, and you can see as you all walk in, he goes, "Hi, welcome to the Donning Cutlass. Are you here for drinks? Staying for the night? Food? What can I offer you? Please, come in.
All of the above, please.
How many rooms would you like? Let's get that sorted out first."
That room over there. She points towards the entire bar area.
Yeah, you point, and you're pointing at a bar because all the rooms are upstairs. So you kind of just goes, "Well, if you're looking for a table, we can get that sorted. But I wanted how many rooms would you like to stay the night for? And we could get. There's a few of you, so we can get 2 rooms. If you'd like to split up, we can get you all individual rooms.
How much are your rooms?
It's 1 gold per night."
Kippley turns towards the group. Anyone want to stay here for the night? I'm sorry, sir. See, we're celebrating a funeral tonight. One of our friends just died.
Celebrating a funeral?
Yeah.
What a curious notion. All right. It sounds like drinks are in order then.
Lots of drinks, please.
Understood. Have a seat.
Oh.
You see, without even asking what you would like, he goes, "Before your order, let me get you some drinks first." And very much like if you've ever been to a homely, like Italian establishment where they go, "I'll give you some food and then you can give me your order." He just puts out a round of ale in front of all of you. Just let me know if you want anything else in the meantime. Sip on these, think what you like. This is on the house.
Oh, that's so sweet. What did she say your name was?
My name? Gwendol.
Gwendol? Hello.
Gwendol. My friends call me Gwen.
Gwendol.
No, B for bois.
Oh, Gwendol.
Think of it like you're saying broom. Just adding a W in between.
Broom. Got
Actually,
it.
doesn't work.
That's wonderful. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Gwendol.
Gwendol Bumpston's the full name. I own this fine establishment. And if you'd like anything else, food, drink, just let me know.
Thank you.
You see, he kind of gives a slight nod to everyone and walks his way back behind the bar.
All right. Anyone want anything else?
I'll be fine with this for now.
Chicken
And he-
nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, all right. Anyone else? Mustang, do you want anything? You look like you're hungry. All right. She'll scurry back up to the counter. See the Wendell?
Hey, what can I get you?
Do you have any like chicken nuggets type stuff? Or
I do have chicken, and if you like, I can cut it into nuggets.
or you know,
What you're looking for?
yeah, just small pieces of
Yeah, no, like I've heard the notion of a nugget and chicken, so I assume you're looking for a nugget of chicken.
You know what? I think we're looking for a lot of. Oh boy, I've started talking like you.
It happens a lot. I have a very overwhelming accent.
We're looking for like finger foods in general. You know,
Finger foods
yeah,
in
like
general.
typical funeral food, things you can just pick up
I didn't
fast.
know there was finger foods to begin with. I'll have to write that down, but all right.
Chicken
shit,
nuggets. What else you got?
Oop, I forgot to move us to the dime colors. I mean, besides that, I got basically any meat that you've ever heard of.
Ooh, that's
We do have
pretty.
breads. We have breads. We have there's a bakery next door that we're actually brother sister establishment with. So in case you ever if you want any baked goods, that can be arranged. Just anything that you could possibly imagine, we probably have. We have a very large kitchen and stuff 24/7.
Do you have figs with goat cheese? Baked
Figs
fig.
with goat cheese. Well, we do have figs and we do have goats. I can go see if we get goat cheese. Absolutely, yes. There's like a small board we can bring it out on, or
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. I've heard of those
those
boards.
charcuterie boards, like, yeah, absolutely.
All right, how much would that
anything?
be?
Oh, for the whole thing? Goat cheese plus figs plus your nuggets of chicken.
Chicken
Could be looking
nuggets.
around 5 silver.
Oh, great. And she'll pull out the gold. Here we go.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, and if you can
yes,
bring by another thing of ale for my friend here, and she's going to reach into her coin and pull out the head of the pirate captain and place it on the counter.
So, okay. You pull out the female hobgoblin's head, and immediately you hear the sound of wood scraping across the floor as you as chairs turn towards you as you pull out a decapitated head and place it on the counter. And here's the thing, I did mention this beforehand. The head is perfectly preserved while inside the token. You didn't cauterize the wound.
Uh-huh.
So as soon as you take it out, it begins dripping.
Yeah.
And you just hear little plops of blood as they go into the very fine, well taken care of countertops of the Don and Cutlass. You see Gwendol looks down at the blood dripping onto his tabletop, looks up at you, looks at the hobgoblin head, and you can see his friendly exterior turns to that of a ghostly complexion. And he goes, right, reaches behind real slow, grabs a cup of ale, and just puts it on the counter.
Are you
On the
alright?
house also. If you don't mind, if you could put that back in the bag that it came from.
Oh.
This is a very, I take care of this place very well and very clean, and we have a certain clientele. So if you don't mind not bleeding all over the floor with a decapitated head, I'd be most grateful.
Oh, I see.
And as he's saying that, he's pulling out a rag and immediately trying to get the blood out before it stains.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Neep, here, come on. And she'll pick the head up and kind of tuck it under her arm.
What'd you call it?
Neep.
Neep. Gotcha. Okay.
Do you want me to? Do you have another rag?
No,
Oh, it's all right.
And
And
you
she
just
turns the head like towards her own chest and just kind of holds it, the neck there so it doesn't bleed on the floor. I'm so sorry.
Are,
Here,
I'll you know what? I can get it. Sure, one moment. And he comes out with a full tablecloth and just on it to the counter. This is really fine cloth, though, so please just don't.
Oh, I'm not going to use your fine cloth.
Well, it's better than bleeding on the floor, dear. If you could just put it back in the token or whatever you pulled it out of.
You know what? You are an absolute gem. And she's going to pull out 10 gold and plop it on the counter.
Oh, yeah, that will be more than make up for that. Thank you for your patronage. Please be subtle.
Subtle. I can do
And
subtle.
this entire conversation exchange going on. The rest of you can now see this. I mean, the tower's already quiet, right? This is high end, so they don't just let anyone in here. But since your vassals didn't question it to begin with, now that one of you's carrying a head in a tablecloth, which is actively bleeding, and the head of a hobgoblin, you get a few curious glances, and they're not trying to be subtle about it either. They're just openly staring and watching all of you. But eventually, your food arrives. Um, the plate of chicken, which is in the form of nuggets, is put into the center. And your mini board of fig and goat cheese comes out, as well as another round of ale. So,
Huzzah.
as you guys are sitting here enjoying the wonderful view, with this very kind of not tense but awkward air about you, what do you guys like to do?
Can we just kind of we're at the Dawn and Cutlass, right? I heard that right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to scan the crowd, see what kind of individuals are here, because this is where we were told we'd find people who would be willing to work for us. So I want to see what kind of sailorly-looking individuals are in the building now.
There's only 3 people, but just give me a perception check to try and gauge who you can think as sailorly, and who isn't, just immediately staring at your party right back at you.
I don't have my character sheet up right now. Do you remember what modifier he has for perception? I have dice, but
For perception is a +7.
okay, let's perceive. 14.
Nice.
14. So again, there's only 3 people in here, so it's not like you don't see anyone that's in here. One is a rather portly-looking dragonborn, kind of a mix between this like verdant green hue scale. You see there's traces of black along the patterns. He looks more of noble background than sailor. Kind of hard to tell what calloused scale hands would look like in the first place. But just the way he dresses, the manner he holds himself at, and the very obvious disdain in his look as he stares at the disembodied head on the table. Probably think maybe not him. But out of the 2 other individuals, you do see that there is a half-orc. Kind of this half-orc gentleman in kind of a open, has the chest of our shirt opened up, frilled white, long flowing coat. He looks like he could be a sailor. He looks kind of a gruff and tough, but also has a air of kind of this nobility behind him as well, as his clothing does reflect this a little more wealth than most sailors would have. And the last that you see, go ahead, make me a quick history check for Mustang as well, which you have a +1 in.
All right.
history, or is there another role I could do for this? No, I think history. Yeah, history or arcana, but it's the same role for either.
That's a +1 either way. That's a cool 18.
18.
Nice.
This is your first time encountering one, but you have heard of them before. There are many different peoples on this plane of existence. Some of them are born from the ancestors that have lived here for prior generations. Others are visitors from other planes who have decided, for whatever reason, that they have called this place home. And this specific one is from the elemental planes, as you see a water genasi. This water genasi female, kind of long, frizzed out hair, has all sorts of different jewelry adorning kind of fin-like ears. And you can see she's currently deep in her cups. You see there's about 7 ale tankards just sitting on the table in front of her. And she's in more kind of like leathery looking armor. Kind of like a leather almost skirt covering her normal clothing. Just some basic like shoulder pads on the side. But she doesn't look like she's paying too much attention to you. She was definitely looking at you earlier when Kipley pulled out the head and there was the little encounter with the bartender. But now that that's passed, it looks like she is kind of just minding her own business. Those are the only individuals that you currently see. It's also pretty late, and having been at the docks previously, there was only one other ship that was actually docked there, so you assume this is probably a slow night, or at least not a very busy one, as sailors who have probably already come in from their previous job are either passed out or sleeping at their homes.
Okay. Well. Taking a particular interest in this water genasi lady. To approach her or not to approach her? I don't think we'll do anything yet, but he will point out the 2 sailor-seeming types to everybody, so they can get some eyes on it.
To us?
Yeah, all of you guys. He's pointing them out to you.
Oh, Kipley like lowers her mug. Who?
The half-orc and the water genasi. They seem like of the motley sort.
Yeah, no, they look bad. What are you going to do?
Bad? I mean, they look like us. Look at us. You got a freaking head on the table.
Oh, don't. Shh. You're gonna hurt Neep's feelings.
Which, by the way, are you trying to force feed the head alcohol?
Well, I mean, you know, she like gives a little bit of sip and then takes a big one herself, and then.
Oh, God. Okay. On top of the blood pouring into the tablecloth, alcohol also begins to seep in as well. So it goes straight down an open pipe.
Well, can you put that thing away?
Finishes her mug. Do you need more?
No response from the head.
What? This. Don't talk about him like there's just nothing.
Hey, if you don't want us to hire bad people, you're gonna scare away all the good ones with that head.
Oh, she covers Neep's ears. You need to have a little bit more feeling, Mr. Ghostman.
Oh my god. If I was talking to some dead that could feel something, you'd think I'd know. I'm kind of an expert.
I'm gonna go get more drinks.
Sure.
Ragnar!
Kipley, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
This is now your 3rd round.
Oh. Oh.
Well, you had the initial, unless you didn't drink the first round that was
No,
placed on the table.
I mean, yeah, she did. I didn't realize how far we were, but sure.
A high DC. 11. You beat it by 1. Yeah, you haven't had too much, but as you've done it in quick succession, it's starting to add up. You're buzzed, but you're not full drunk / blackout drunk just yet. You're at probably the best part of your evening, or what's going to be the best part of your evening.
All right.
What, you go and get another round of drinks?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the 4th round of ale that's been brought to the table. Anyone else who's also partaking in the 4th round of ale can also make me a con save.
Rictus is little, so he's barely even
Yeah.
made a dent in the first one, and the
I was
other
gonna say, you
3
don't
are just
have-
sitting there next to him.
You don't have to drink all of the ale that's being brought to the table, but it is kind of just stacking up now. Also, Mammoth, are you drinking at all or no?
Nah.
Okay. I figured as much, just wanted to ask. Cool. So, you get another round. Lucky, the gold that you gave him previously, it's just counting towards the rounds. It's only a silver, per tankard. And since not everyone's actually drinking them, it's just kind of being put on a tab for whatever drinks you do manage to get. But, eventually, time passes, conversation continues. The Dragonborn leaves the bar, and you can see it's now just the few of you remaining. But as the Dragonborn leaves, you see that there is this kind of small kerfuffle on the outside that you hear. Of a, hey, get off me! Stop! And you just hear a little like squeaking sound in the background, and you watch as a bat flies into the bar and lands on Kipley's head. Good reasons! As the Dragonborn closes the door. You see Bwendel, from behind the counter, immediately kind of like gives you a look of like, okay, now you have a bleeding head on one of my tablecloths, and there is a bat in the bar. Doesn't look happy.
This
But,
is not me.
As the bat kind of looks down at you, it gives you a little chirp, little squeaking sound, and it relieves 2 things onto you. 1, some bat droppings, and 2, it drops a small piece of parchment onto your head before squeaking a few more times, flying towards the window, smacking into the window, flying towards the window again, smacking towards the window again, flying towards the door, smacking into the door. And eventually you see the half-orc stand up, open the door, and it squeaks off into the night. And he just closes the door behind him with a grunt.
Rictus just looks back and forth from the bat that landed on Kipley to his beer, just back and forth with it. His head's kind of wobbly, and then he pushes the beer further away from him.
Yep.
Kipley reaches for it. She starts drinking that.
You're gonna start drinking Rictus's too?
Yeah, she just tips her head back, and whatever fell on top of her head just falls to the floor, and she just kind of looks down at it.
One, a little bit of bat guano falls off onto the floor, onto the table now.
Ew.
Shit happens, literally. And the piece of parchment is a folded piece of parchment. You see from V.
Frumpy?
From V.
Oh. She kind of stares at the letter for a moment and then looks up at Rictus. Did that bat just shit on me and leave a letter?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that is what happens.
I'm gonna go kill that bat. She gets up and
Well,
she
don't
starts
do
walking
that.
towards the
Hey.
door.
So you open the door.
Throws the
Going
door
outside?
open, looks outside.
You fling the door open. It is the middle of the night, and it's a bat. It's gone.
She just points into the air. Yeah, you better run, fly.
Sure.
Comes back.
There's no response.
Comes back to the table. Sits down, looking quite unsatisfied.
But
No.
at this point, Kipley is officially drunk. This is the fifth ale that you've downed. For a small creature like yourself, it's hitting pretty hard. But do you read the note?
She ignores it for a long moment before she finally picks it up and unfolds it onto the table.
It's relatively small. You see just some small scribblings. It's kind of hard to make out in your current drunken state. But after a few moments of really trying to focus and kind of just stare at it for a long time, about a minute passes of Kipley just staring. It's like a few words. It's not a long note, but just kind of the grit and determination. You see, meet me at Garen's Crossing. I will be here until midnight. Come alone.
There's no signature
The front has from V.
from V.
There's no signature. From V.
Oh,
Both Megan and Kipley
I
figure it out at the
know,
same time.
man, that was bad.
Man, who's this strange
God
V
damn
character?
it.
God. If only my favor would come in soon.
She kind of looks at the note for a moment, clearly taking too long to figure it out, and then she's just like, "Oh man, how far is Garen's Crossing from here?"
It's not too far. You are in the southern, or close to, the southern docks, and Garen's Crossing is only about 15 minutes from there. It's probably about like 20-minute walk. Flying would be a little bit faster.
Oh. Alright, well that'll work out much better. So, okay, and she like lifts her arm and half rests her elbow on Neep's head and looks at her group. So I'm supposed to meet or do something here at this exact location this what's today? It's still the night
It's-
before.
Yep.
The next morning,
It's about 11 o'clock right now. 11:15.
yeah, tomorrow morning, I'm supposed to be here. My sponsor said I'm supposed to be here to seek someone out here. I have no idea who. But, according to this note, and she slaps both her hands on the letter and pushes it forward, why need to go to Garen's Crossing? No. I already forgot. Yep, to Garen's
Yep,
Crossing.
you got it right. I love it.
I don't know why I'm
Do you need
saying it
some-
all out loud.
Do you want some company for it?
Do you want to?
If you want me to, I'll go.
What do you want? What do all of you want to do? What are your next steps? What are we doing as a group? We still need to go help save your sister.
Well, we can start that tomorrow afterwards, if you want.
And what about you? Mammoth? Mustang? Quiet Reese?
You see Reese is just also deep in her cups. And just looks up at you with like this kind of drunken / hateful, just kind of. Her face has a mix of like both sadness and disgust, as she's disgusted in herself from not being able to properly cope. She goes, I think bones is the solution.
Yeah,
Poof,
probably.
passes out onto the table.
All right, just I need all of you to make sure she doesn't touch Neep.
The hand begins to unconsciously crawl towards
Nope,
Neep.
she slaps that hand away.
Goes limp.
I've kind of been thinking about some plants, but I don't.
What kind of
That's all
plans?
I've got so far. I don't know.
Well,
Some seeds, maybe. I think.
oh, plants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like, just planting things?
Well, yeah, I had that one from that lady, but then I had to give it to Maeve, so I kind of want to get some more.
I mean, if you want to take the pod plant with you, no one's going to stop you. It did not get
Oh.
consumed by the ritual.
He definitely just left it though.
I mean, we can help you plant things. I'm sure you'd be better at it, but we can come with
Yeah.
you.
It's not really important right now though.
Mustang?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, if we're gonna get a plant for you, Mammoth, we better do it while we're here. It's gonna be hard to get one out on the open ocean.
Are there any stores open that sell plants?
Probably not this late, but somewhere around here, I'm sure. And if not, we'll just pull one out of the ground.
Okay, I can do that.
So I say the best course of action is going to be taking care of the plant, taking care of your meeting, Kipley. Then we'll find some crew, and then we'll go back to hitting the seas and saving your sister, Rictus.
Sounds like a plan.
He's going to clap his hands together and dust them off, effectively getting dust all over the table.
I was going to say, dust immediately falls into the table. It's now
There
a
we have it.
suited table, bloody tablecloth, and a passed out Vidalkin.
Huzzah! I technically have 2 plans. 2 things, though. 2 meetings. Shows up 2 fingers. But...
Are they?
What?
Oh, go ahead.
That was all I had.
Are they both in the morning?
She looks back down at the letter intently.
Mm-hmm. Make me a perception check at disadvantage.
Shit.
It is
Sorry.
blurred. It is still blurred, and it does like every time Kipley looks down, she goes, "Let me take give me a second," and she looks at it for a good minute and a half, and there's only about 10 to 12 words there. But it's the same thing. Have information. Meet me at Garen's Crossing. I'll be there till midnight. Come alone.
Oh. No. Oh, this works out perfectly. It's perfect. I'm gonna go there now. And then I'll come back here. In the morning. Alright.
Quick question. Where does that leave time for you to sleep? Are you be away all night, or?
No, I guess after.
Well, if something goes south, do you have a way to get a hold of us? Yeah, I know you guys all have those wacky little stones.
Oh, no. Oh, Wait. She reaches into a pocket and looks in the other pocket and pulls out the stone card and
Mm-hmm.
gives it over to Mammoth.
A stone card that can only be used to talk to Vince.
Here you go. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Well, don't have too many without me. I will be back. And she picks up Neat, tucks it under her arm, and starts
Brutal.
heading off.
Cool. Do you just walk openly in the city with a decapitated head?
I imagine she wraps it back up in the
In a tablecloth?
tablecloth and kind of slings it over her back or something.
Okay. Alright. The tablecloth, which was once a very fine white cloth, is now just slowly turning to a crimson bundle. And there's not it would have been better if you had left the body out at first, so it could have at least drained and dried a little bit. But since you didn't, there's still plenty of blood to go around. It's just you're leaving a very slow dripping trail behind you that you don't notice
All right.
as you make your way to Gion's Crossing. Go ahead and give me either a investigation or perception check at this one at disadvantage.
Um. Hold on. I need to. I'm just gonna roll a choice. Okay. 1, 2.
Okay, good. Yeah, 3. Why not?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, we get it. That's a good roll. Even in your drunk state, you can still remember where Garen's Crossing is. You still remember the route to get there. As you drunkenly walk through the streets, kind of swaying side to side, you can see the street. It's midnight. The streets are barren. You can see occasionally a common guard will pass by, and just you see a few of them stare at you, just watching you go by. Actually, go ahead and roll for one real quick. You know what? We're gonna use the dice tower for this. Okay, that is very low, and that is good, as they don't notice the blood trail. See one kind of stops and stares at you and goes, "Get home safe, miss."
Oh, thank you. I will. You as well.
You need any help?
Nope. I'm just walking.
Do you live in the nearby area?
Nope.
Just kind of narrows his eyes. Right, don't cause any trouble.
Oh, no trouble from this one.
The blood begins to drip out.
Holds up
slowly.
scouts on her fingers.
Alright, as you walk away, he kind of trails you for a little bit before eventually seeing you walk into the residential area right before you get to Grant's Crossing. Just kind of falls off, and you eventually walk into the bar. As you walk in, this is the first time that you've visited in the front at nighttime. It's the last time it was night and you were here, you broke into the back. You see standing outside is actually 2 full orc, not half orc, full orc, kind of just muscle. And as you kind of drunkenly walk up, they look you up and down. So they kind of sniff the air a little bit. You see one doesn't take it from you, but picks up your bag to inspect it, seeing the little yep. Seeing the little drips, sniffs, gives you a weird look. What's your business?
Business with B.
Business with V?
Yep.
Go ahead, roll me a persuasion check.
Whoa.
11. What's your business with V?
I was called here. I'm a partner business, and she'll pull out the letter and hold it up.
You see he takes out small spectacles and kind of pinches the paper from you, holds it up to you in the dim lantern light. Looks down, looks at the paper. Top floor.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
And they step aside and let you in.
Oh, that probably
Um,
came off rude. I'm sorry. Thank you. You're doing such
they
a
don't
good
give
job.
you any mind or word as they just step back to their post.
All right.
As you walk in, it's surprisingly, like, normally the later it is, the more clientele. See, there's not that many people here. You still see, God, let me see if I have his name written down. I think I do. I'm gonna go off of raw memory. I will eventually pick it up. You see Drunken Jim, the old man who you borrowed the spell slot from previously, is still there, very deep in his cup. And you can see there's a few other more monstrous looking individuals. You see probably what is Kipley's first Leonin, a lion person, kind of sitting facing away from you. You see the fluffy mane and fur. You see there is a number of like half orcs sitting around at the table with them. But besides that, the bar's pretty empty. There's a few others, but like no one of really, note or worth mention.
Is
And as you kind of walk past, you see the ogre bartender who you previously talked
Yeah.
to kind of looks up at you and goes, "Hey, Kipley, right?
she waves. Hi.
He's expecting you." Kind of gives a point towards the chute.
It was really good to see you. Oh, did you see my new friend? She kind of turns her shoulder to the side.
It's just a bag. Are you becoming a hobo or something?
Yeah.
Real nice crimson red.
Thank you.
Is there blood in there?
Probably. It'll dry out in a bit.
Yeah, no, that was natural 20. Is that a bag with a head in it?
No, it's neat.
It was neat.
Ha! You're
You
great.
see a few others begin to chuckle. Before you leave, clean that shit up.
Oh, okay. She kind of leans
So he
down.
takes a mop and just slams it on the other side of the table.
Alright. She'll pick it up and kind of mop it up a bit. Do you have an extra napkin?
Nope,
I was not expecting Nate to bleed this much.
it's a head.
Yeah, but I mean, most of the blood's like
Decapitated head.
out. There's nothing
Well, there's
pumping
a
it.
lot of blood stored in the head. There's blood in the brain, blood in your teeth, blood in your bones.
So it needs to, like, sit out and dry.
If you're gonna keep a head, you're gonna have to let it dry, yeah.
You are so helpful, you know that?
Well, thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna head upstairs. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. Alright. She marches
Okay.
upstairs.
You march upstairs. You go upstairs. You can see Vince is currently by himself, just kind of nursing a small glass of a dark liquid, kind of like this dark, dirty brown. It is a large ice cube in the middle. Kind of just spins it around. So he's just his normal self, dressed in a little more comfy clothing than what you've seen before. more of night attire rather than his normal suit or business vest. And as he sees you approach, kind of gestures for you to sit across from him. Hey there, whoa, what are you carrying?
Oh, this is my friend. She slings it around, sits it on his desk.
He rolled a 1. Hey, friends of a bag, I'm not gonna judge. First off, he kind of sniffs the air. Are you drunk?
How? No.
Give me a deception check. 22. Alright, we're gonna work on deception. Oh, it's cocked. It was really good, but it was on the okay, close. 13 plus. He's not very wise for it. 17. No. Hey, well, you must have been around like your friends that were drinking like 'cause you smell like booze.
Oh yeah, no, they are smashed.
Anyway, did we ask? I cannot tell you how I got this information, nor did you hear this from me specifically, right? That's a good, like, I need your word that you're not gonna say shit about how you knew.
What are we talking about?
You asked me to find Pearl,
Yes.
remember, earlier today? And I did, but you cannot mention that it was me that found her, or how I found her. Okay?
Don't
You're just
even know
I'm
you.
gonna give you the location, and you can do with it of what you will. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. First up, would you like anything to drink or eat before I just drop this on you? Or would you just stop and by?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, what you like?
Whatever you got.
You clearly seem sober, so I might as well fix that. You see, would you like some of this? And he offers the bottle that he's drinking from.
Yep.
Pours you a glass, slides it over to you, takes a large ice cube, puts it in it as well. So now you're matching.
Oh, so fancy.
Do you smell it or do you just down it?
Oh, she just downs this. She's not.
Just downs it. Cool. It's a strong bourbon. it adds on pretty quick. It's not a good mix from the ale that you were drinking earlier.
That's very dry.
Well, yeah, of course it is. It's my favorite kind, you know?
It's so
Like the dry, kind of more smoky flavors.
good. Yeah, no.
You can now give me a quick con save. DC 12.
Oh my gosh.
19. Okay. You managed to hold in all of the previous liquor as the two tastes mix. And like the aftertaste is good, but the initial taste is just so bad because you still have ale just kind of like sitting on your lip, and but eventually it kind of settles in. And he goes, well, I know for the past 4 days, I don't know if she's been staying there longer, but I know that she has been staying there for at least 4 days. She has been at the Rennell family estate, or at least one of their homes.
Who are they?
You're joking, right? Rennells? You know them?
I do.
Took the exam with you? The elf? Dark skin, glasses, big coat.
The one with the shovel?
The shovel? No. No, that's... fuck, what's the name? There's Elsa.
The ninja one?
Percival Rennell.
Oh.
You know, his family, the rich Arcanists.
Wait.
She's been staying with them.
She's staying? Wait a second.
Yeah, she's been staying in one of their estates on the north side of town. Real isolated joint.
So, Maeve's wife is
Yeah.
staying with the one that everyone wanted her to marry, and the one that actually wants to bone her. That's who her wife is staying with?
I heard rumors they all wanted to bone each other, but were just really shy about it. But yeah, that one. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Kipley just reaches over for the bottle and pulls another drink.
He doesn't stop you.
I just don't
At this point, though,
get
you are
this.
drunk, as it begins to set in.
She'll pull
What do you
down the
mean?
lip of her bag and offer a little bit to Neep.
Oh, that's a full-on head.
No, it's neat. It's
Who
alright.
the fuck is that? Actually, you know what? Actually, pause. Wait. Is that? I have to go look up her name real quick because I forgot. Uno momento.
It's
Is that?
N-E-I-P.
No. No. That is Vice Captain Zabak of the Sealed Deal.
No.
Is you
No.
kid? Oh, that's
No,
right.
because I don't
you were
think
on the
she would
ship
lie to
and there was
me.
blood stain. Oh my god. Well, first of all, props off to you. Those guys were assholes. I gave them cargo not too long ago, and never delivered it. So at
Neat.
least their Neep is suffering for what they did. A little outwardly, though, I don't think you should be walking around the streets with a head. Put that shit in your token, please, when you leave. You're gonna get in trouble for that, and like jail trouble for that. Unless you have like paperwork explaining that it's a bounty, which even then, still not good to carry around a head around on the street.
I thought maybe it would be good to dry her out a bit.
Dry her out a bit?
She's been bleeding all the fuck over.
Well, yeah, it's a head. They tend to do that,
It's
Kipley.
not just a head, it's my friend.
Have you lost your mind?
No.
I'm borderline wanting a deception check with that. Are you all right? Like I know a lot's happened and it's a dumb question, but are you all there?
What time is it?
I have no idea. Sometime around midnight. I was gonna leave in like 15-ish minutes if you didn't show up.
So it's before midnight?
Well, no, it is midnight, but
Oh.
it's probably a few minutes afterwards. I don't know the exact time. We don't have a device for that yet.
Okay. Alright. Downs the rest of the drink. Flips the bag tab up because I'm so stupid right now. I don't remember the name of it. And then puts her backpack back on. Thank you so much. You have no idea. I honestly was not expecting you to pull through with this, so thank you.
Ouch. But you're welcome. What may I ask? What are you going to do with this information?
Her head kind of tilts to the side and just smiles. I don't know yet.
Okay. That was the scariest answer you could get. So it just laughs. Okay. Please don't do anything dangerous. And I'm gonna get up. So go ahead and give me another deception check real quick.
Pusha. Ooh.
13. You see, kind of after talking with you for a little bit, and you downing 2 bourbons in front. It's like they're not small glasses either. Maybe just be careful about how you approach this whole scenario and make sure you have somebody with you if you do confront. I'm not gonna tell you to do your business. Just be safe.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Percy and I go way back.
Yeah, I was there. I know.
Way.
Uh huh. Don't try and fight him. Anything like that. All right. Please at least tell me you won't do that.
I'm not a fighter.
It doesn't answer the question. It's a yes or a no, and I really want you to say no. It will make me feel better.
I mean, I'm not gonna not defend myself.
Okay, but there's a difference between knocking on someone's door after you've gotten information
Yep.
and swinging, and then calling it self-defense when they swing back. Right? That's not how it works.
I'm gonna try and open the door slowly, but if it just swings open really fast, there's nothing I can do about that. Some doors, just get stuck and you have to really
Hipley,
jerk
I
them to
ask you
open them
kindly.
hard.
I've seen a lot of dumb shit in my time. I've had a lot of friends get put in prison because of dumb shit. Don't fuck with the Rennell family. They've buried people bigger than you, and they are very, very innately powerful people as they are wizards. And you don't fuck with wizards. Number one rule of anything. Wizards are bullshit. And they can do bullshit, so you don't fuck with bullshit, alright?
Her eyes are like squinted, listening very intently. She leans kind of over the desk. Did you just call us friends?
He stops. It just goes deadpan. He goes, well, I've known you for a little bit now. You did a job for me. We fought together. You indirectly saved my life. So yeah, I think of you guys and you and Mammoth as friends, yeah.
That did not sound as good as I was hoping. How do you manage to make all of that sound like such bullshit?
What do you mean? It's not bullshit.
You go from
I'm
being
just
a friend like
saying, I
friends
know
to complete
you.
like, oh, we've done business. Fuck off. You know what? I'm taking Neep and we're headed out of here. Thank you for the booze.
You're drunk? Go home.
I'm not. But bye.
Okay, be safe. Don't make stupid choice. And he says this as you're walking out.
Yeah.
Cool. You walk back in the inn. You can see a slight trail of red from where you previously walked. Mopping it doesn't really help. You exit. Where does Kipley go?
She will fly this time
Okay.
and make her way back to the Donning Cutlass.
Flying back to the Dawn Cutlass. Anyone doing anything in the meantime? This has taken roughly about like half an hour. It's now getting late into the now close to morning. Around 12:30, 12:45.
Well, boys and singular lady, and he's gonna look over to the passed out.
Reese is gone.
I might as well just say boys. Do we want to stay here, hunker down, or head back to the Nimbala estate? Personally, I don't fancy such emotionally charged habitats.
Yeah, I think I agree.
I agree too. I think it'd be better if we just stay here.
I love that you both are so practical. And he's gonna get up and find, oh my gosh, I forgot his name already.
Wendell.
Wendell, thank you.
Wendell.
having a hard time navigating on the computer here.
Yeah, that's-
He'll go find Wendell.
he is still behind the counter. As you walk up, you see his very nice and happy demeanor has suddenly gotten worse and worse throughout the night. But after Kipley left, he's gotten slightly better. And as you approach, he looks up from a small book that he's been reading. Hey, can I get you something?
Yeah, what would 3 rooms set a fella back?
3 rooms for the night? It's gonna cost you 3 gold.
Ah, that's a nothing burger, and he's gonna hand over 3 gold, and then
Which
additional
is-
gold as a tip.
For a room for staying one night is a lot. Normally you pay like a silver or a few copper for most taverns. A gold per night is kind of pricey.
Mustang says, luckily, my money long.
Yeah, well, you guys did just get paid, so cool. You'd give him 6 gold then?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, because Kipley... Let's see. There's me, there's Rictus, there's Mammoth. We'll get one for Kipley just in case. And
Also,
then
you know,
one
share
for Reese.
rooms.
So that's
5.
5. And then, yes, 6 for a tip. Okay, I had to do the math. Had to
Yeah.
walk it out, talk it out.
Talk it out. Alright. 6 gold put over. Gives you a nod. Alright, here's the keys. Puts 5 room keys down in front of you. If you need anything else or you need anything sent to your room, let me know. Just, do try and not trust the place.
Yeah, I'll try to keep the dripping heads to a minimum.
That would be appreciated, thank you.
He'll give him a tip of the hat before he walks back to the table and kind of passes out the key, but kind of like in a making it rain kind of way, where he kind of just tosses it to each person at the table.
You're gonna put it, just drop it onto the table. It's like, oh god. Yeah, I won't do anything. Ting, 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 ting. You hand each one out. It's about this time that you can see the Genasi woman gets up and begins to walk upstairs towards where all of the rooms are kept above. The half-orc still drinking, even after Kipley leaves. Just kind of like nursing his cup more than anything else. Just kind of staring out over the night seaside view that you get. So, anything that you guys would like to do before you go to bed?
Not for me.
Alright.
Mustang's gonna go back to Wendell, and
You
he's
do
gonna
so.
lean over the counter and be like, "Hey, Wendell, do you know what that Genasi young lady was drinking?"
See, it kind of pulls up a record. A mix of drinks. There was a Santerberry wine that she was trying out at first. Santerberries are from the Feywild, in case you don't know. It's a bit expensive, a bit pricey, but I heard most of the higher-end folks tend to like it.
Well, did she like it?
I don't know, I didn't ask, she just kept ordering it.
Oh, well, sometimes you don't need words to answer a question. Could I get 2 of those?
Bottles or glasses? Fuck, I turned British. Bottles or glasses?
Oh, no, glasses.
I was going to say they're a little bit expensive, alright. For 2 glasses, and you see he goes and looks under the bar, and I've just stuck with the British accent in the meantime. That would be... Santerberry. Right, there's 10 gold per glass.
Damn, this is worse than the mooncake wine.
I think mooncake wine wasn't it? I think it also was 10 gold. Is that 10 or 5? I have to look at my prices.
For the sake of a good story, he's gonna cough it up. Oh,
Okay, you give him 20 gold.
oh yes.
Okay.
He wants to talk to this lady.
He looks at you like a little, okay. He slides the 2 glasses over. It is a deep, unlike most wine, it has a more obsidian color to it. Like it doesn't look, it's not a red or a white. It kind of looks like a black with a slight hue of purple. As he passes it over to you. Do you drink it or do you pass it on to your friends?
Neither. He's going to walk back to the table, be like, "Well, gentlemen, I must go on a hunt for a good story." And he's gonna turn around and he's gonna head upstairs and try and figure out which room that Genasi woman
I
went
was
to.
gonna say, how would you like to do that? Because during all this time, she's already gone.
Well, let's start with like perception for any clues. Like, did she like leave any water behind? I don't know, trail of water.
Is she leaking?
Yeah,
Sure.
is she leaking?
Give me a perception check. One, I can tell you she is not leaking. Certainly not.
I always
Otherwise,
imagine
Genasi
water
doesn't
Genasis
leak.
with water hair.
Nope. Normal hair.
All right, let's perceive.
Let's.
Oh, let's see. What time is it? Yeah, I'll use my inspiration for that.
Sure.
How did I roll 2 5s in a row? This is so fucking.
A lot of skill. Even so, you look around for clues, and it's a hallway. There's not a whole lot of clues to look around. The floors are squeaky clean. There's no trail of water. You don't see any doors open. And there's about, I was gonna say, about 12 rooms in total up here.
I bought 6 of them, so that leaves 6. I guess now that my senses has failed me, I will turn around and go back down to Bwendel. And I'll be like, "Hey, Bwendel, would you do me a favor and tell me what room that Genasi's in?"
No. I don't just give out personal information. The same way I wouldn't give it out for you in case someone went asking for you.
You know, that is completely fair. And in hindsight, that was a freaky question to ask.
Well, you did have a head on a table previously.
I tried to tell her to put it away.
It's not a good look, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I agree. I totally understand. Bwendel, you are a very reasonable gentleman.
Thank you.
And he's gonna... I guess he's just gonna go back up and, start knocking on some doors and maybe speaking in Primordial. Maybe that'll lure her out.
Okay. So you're gonna knock on all 6 doors?
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
Alright.
And he'll speak in Primordial as he does.
we're-
He'll try and ask if anyone's there in Primordial, as in hopes of luring her out.
For the sake of ease, we'll say all the 6 rooms that you got, or 5 rooms you got. 'Cause you got 5.
That's
6
5,
was-
yes.
6 was dead.
Our 6th is
So-
dead. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Oh god. So the 5th room, yeah, you bought a room for the empty soul of Maeve. You bought all 5 rooms next to each other. And there's 6 and 6 on each side, so there's 7 rooms to gamble with. Go ahead and roll me a D8, unless you want to just knock on the first door that you see the second that you walk up.
Huh? No, we
just
like
rolled
chance.
two
We like
random.
chaos.
Okay.
We like chaos here. I want to hear the Monarch of Mischief chuckle in my ear again. How's a 2? Cool 2.
2? You knock on the door. Doof, 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 doof. What do you say? Or do you just knock?
He'll knock, and in Primordial, he'll say, "Excuse me, I'm looking for a Genasi woman."
Cool. Are you going to try and speak in the Aquan dialect, or are you just using Primordial?
Just regular Primordial, because I'm pretty sure if you speak one you speak them all, or I don't know how it works.
We discussed this. You do, and you have access to each one, therefore. But like primordial is the overarching language. There's like different languages. It's subs. It's like the same way there's different dialects in countries depending on like what village or like what specific area you're from.
Makes sense. Okay.
So speaking in primordial, which is not like, it doesn't sound like just speaking in French or you have like, you know, comment allez-vous. It is a deep, guttural, and legitimately for you, rocky sound that just kind of spills out of your mouth. You hear as you say the sentence. And you hear, who's there? I'm sleeping. Please leave me be.
He's not in common. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Wrong door. And he'll try the next one.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another. Roll me another TA.
If I roll a 2, should I roll again, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna knock on the same door.
A 1.
I know you're in there. 1. Do. No response.
I'll put my non-existent ear up against the door, see if I hear anything.
You hear breathing.
Someone's sleeping in there or something. All right, next door.
Okay, this is the third door that you're on. As you do. You hear from downstairs, Wendell go, please do not disturb the customers. But
Well-
you do get one more door, so go ahead and roll the D8.
There's no context clues? Like, could I use an investigation for some
No.
context clues here? Okay,
It's-
all right.
It's a finely kept establishment. There's no water trail, nothing. You didn't see where she went because you were talking with
All right,
Gwendol when
how's
she went
5?
upstairs. 5?
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. What do you say?
The same thing.
A moment passes before you hear responding in Aquan.
Oh, let's
Five,
go.
5 was the number that you need to get.
Let's fucking go.
You hear, I don't often hear my common tongue in these places. What is it that you want?
You know, open the door and find out.
Are you friend or foe?
Friend, and I come with that drink you ordered so much of.
Give me a persuasion check.
I think I'm pretty good at that. Let's see.
Well,
Nah.
you're a bard, so I would hope so.
21.
Hey.
21.
Nice.
It's a pause before door opens. And you can see that she is currently still in the same getup she was downstairs. Her hair is down now, opposed to kind of in like the upward frizz that it was before. And you can see that she has taken off her boots, and she is just barefoot on the fine wooden floor. She looks at you and goes, "You have my attention. Who are you?"
My name's Mustang, and I come bearing gifts. And he holds up the 2 drinks, and you can't see him smile, obviously, because he has no face, but you can see 2 small crescents form at the base of his eyes to show a happy expression.
Oh God. Comical expression. Okay. She kind of looks at you with like a little perturbed look. Come in. Holds the door to the side.
He will take his hat off as he enters, and hand her a drink.
So, do you often partake in the Sauntberry collection, or did you just buy this to get an inn?
You seem like a very smart lady. I won't lie, I'm not the kind of man to indulge in this kind of thing too often, but You know, the highs and lows of vassal life, they are quite great, and right
Your
now I'm on a high.
vassal? To
Well,
whose crest do you bear?
if you want to get into the details, technically I'm not a vassal, but I work with a lot of vassals, so it's kind of the same deal. Well, what
A
about you? What do you
sword
do?
for hire. Interesting. What was your name again?
Mustang Strums, and what about yourself?
Mustang Strum. Ina.
He'll hold his hand out.
She hesitates as seeing the smoky, kind of moving hand.
He's got gloves on.
Oh, thank you. She takes. Gives a very
Uh,
gentle handshake before retracting. And
Ina,
I
it's a pleasure.
assume you are from Fireplane? Perhaps
Uh,
the City of Brass?
You know, as much as I'd like to say yes, and that sounds wonderful, I can't say I've ever been. And he's gonna look to see if there's a chair or somewhere that he can take a seat, make himself comfortable.
Yeah, there's a chair. It's a pretty large room, by the way. You haven't been here before. This is your first time seeing one. There's a bed. There's a balcony. Um, there's a small wash closet. And there's a few chairs and a desk. Kind of
Okay.
like for any sort of paperwork that you might want to do.
Okay. Are there any chairs out on the balcony, or is it just kind of
No.
somewhere to stand?
No, just looks like it's a pretty small balcony. Only like one person can really fit on it at a time.
Okay. Well, we won't do that then. He'll grab one of the chairs, and he'll take a seat.
Okay.
Well, Ina, if I'm being honest, I've never really seen anyone like you before, and you're kind of like me, so I just wanted to ask you what your story was.
Stuff, we are not the same. I come bearing from the plane of water. You did not give me your origin, though. She
How's the
seems
middle of nowhere?
very intently, like she looks very intently, like as she's studying you when she says this.
Middle of nowhere work for you?
No.
I wish I had a better answer. I'd really do, but I am being honest when I say I'm not quite sure.
You don't know your origin?
Well,
From when you were born?
oh, he
Birth?
kind of puts his head in his hands, thinking about what happened with Bob.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay, let's persuade again. A 13.
13? She still holds that kind of, not untrusting glance, but just studying glance. And what is it that you seek with me?
Well, as I feel I am connected with that which burns, I know that you're connected with water and the flow of it, and I just wanted to ask you about what it's been like with that connection, and does it rule your life, or is it just part of you, or...
Rule my life? No. You see, as you put this question towards her, she relaxes slightly. Looks like she was expecting a very different opener. She goes, I don't see how it could necessarily govern my life by any means, but it's always been a part of me, the same way that it's probably always been a part of you. Feel the intrinsic draw to the oceans, the seas, but I am not ruled over by anything.
and you see he's now got a little notebook out and he's kind of writing it down.
He takes note of it. Unintended. Why do you ask? Is it not a cheap invitation to conversation, so
Oh no, trust me,
it
I
must
know.
have deeper meaning.
It does. You know, you're a stranger, and I'll probably never see you again, so I'll tell you. I'm a lost soul, and wayward, if you will, I'd like to think. And you, from across the bar, seemed very, for lack of a better word, solid. And in the figurative sense,
She gives you a
or more
smile.
like as opposed to gas. And he's gonna kind of look at himself.
Yes.
But I want that for myself, and like I said, how I feel so connected to the things that burn, that it's controlled my life. I've burned people, literally and figuratively, burned bridges. I just, I don't want to be that person anymore.
All right. And you want me to try and help with this how?
No, I don't want your help. I just wanted to hear your story.
About being a Genasi?
Yeah, there's not many of you.
Well, there's plenty of us. We are just not native to your realm and don't find it too appealing. Most of us prefer our own planes of existence to call home, for a variety of reasons. One that I am very curious about you is why you would ever leave the city of Brass for such a dull place like this. I assume that's where you're from, if you're so hesitant to tell me anything. But if you aren't and you're just from the Plane of Fire, or the smaller realms within, there's not many of you that walk your way over to here. In the same way that there's not many of our kind. And leave the Plane of Water for obvious reasons. It's hard to do so. And there's not much incentive. Unless you are a coin-bound mercenary. Or someone with greater desire.
I'd color myself as a little bit of both.
What would that desire be? Lost soul.
Think I'm still figuring that bit out, but I know that at the very least I don't want to be who I was, and you seem like someone worth being.
Well, I would hope so. Now, if you're asking how to solidify yourself, I have not the slightest clue. I am not of your kind. I know not of much about the Plane of Fire. But if you're looking for any further information, I would suggest you just go there or ask one of your kin.
And he kind of glances to the side. Oh, where would I find one of my kin?
In the Plane of Fire.
I'm in here.
I don't exactly know many fire genocities, nor anyone. And she gives a hard look at you. Nor anyone of your particular. And she's really struggling to find a nice way to say it. She just goes, complexion.
Oh. Yeah, that was a real thoughtful way to put it. I appreciate that.
I know there are many who bear from different planes that have the elements trapped within their form, but I've not seen a smoke elemental before, nor one that wears humanoid clothing and carries. She kind of looks around at you. Any of that.
Like it, maybe you ought to give it a try.
Give what a try.
Bring an iron, pack an iron, and he'll tap the gun in its holster. But I won't take up too much more of your time. This has already been insightful enough. He'll put down the cup that he did not drink from, and leave it with her. Thank you, again, Ina. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You as well, Mr. Strong. And you go to walk out.
He's gonna pause because he didn't say his last name.
You did.
I did?
You initially called yourself just Mustang, and she said, "What's your name again?" You said Mustang Strums.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll leave it be then. Yeah.
You
just gonna
son of a
walk out
bitch. As you walk out, you hear a click.
Someone just take a picture of me, or?
Yeah, old-fashioned snap. You, as someone who has been around it multiple times and has
Someone's put a gun to my head.
It's the cocking of the gun.
Uh-oh. Is it behind
Keep
me?
walking out. Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from the room behind you.
As in Ina, behind me.
You don't know if it's Ina. As you turn around, you hear the cock of a gun.
He's gonna stop. And he's gonna... He's not gonna put his hands up, because that's just not something you do. Be like, alright, let's all just stay calm.
You hear, "What are you talking about?" Small boom. As you turn around, you see the open balcony window. See just the barrel of a flintlock revolver pointed towards Ina. You can see the explosion go off almost in slow motion. A bit of flame escapes the muzzle. A single bullet heads directly towards her. Ooh. Is a 24 to hit.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled it really well. I'm actually going to stop using that dice tower.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's that damn dice tower.
You immediately see... Good. You immediately see the bullet lands itself into her shoulder, and she stops, drops, and rolls to the side, pulling out her own flintlock pistol
It's a
and
gunfight!
blindly firing onto the deck. She's going to the gun. She's got to roll pretty damn high. 9. Shot
Did you use
goes
the
off
dice
into the
tower
night.
this time?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you cheated me out.
I was trying to replicate the luck, but I used a different die. I used the green die instead of the black one. Shot goes off into the night, randomly sparking off into the distance. You hear a small ping in the distance as it hits something metal. You watch as the flintlock is pulled away, and you hear the sound of clambering down. What are you doing? Because Ina's already taken a reaction, gun's already gone off. You have essentially a turn in whatever this is.
Okay. We're in hot pursuit. He's gonna run up to the balcony and see who's clambering down.
You look over the side. Go ahead and give me a perception check. 'Cause
All
it
right,
is
let's perceive.
completely dark out, despite your dark vision.
And the freaky darkness strikes again. That's a 25.
25. You see a very small figure, about maybe 3.5 feet tall, clambering down a metal pipe. As they ding, 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 run down, they look up, see you looking, and smoke fills the area. You lose sight of them. You
What?
watch as Ina peeks out, kind of pushes you aside, and peeks out the balcony, gun ready, looks around, sees nothing, ducks back in, closes the shutters, locks them, pulls the curtains, and begins kind of digging into her shoulder, pulling out the small kind of circular like bullet. Just, interesting way to end the night.
Wait, hold still. And he's gonna walk over to her and let's see. What are we using? I think we got a cure wounds on deck.
Wounds? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. The 1d8 plus 5, right?
I rolled a 1, 6.
6 points. The hole doesn't fully close. You just see a small bit of trickling blood. It's slow in its flow outwards, but still looks pretty fucked up. Bullet hit her shoulder, but it clearly hit something major because there is a profuse amount of blood coming out. But as you cure wounds her, you watch as she touches her own arm and is going to go ahead and cast cure wounds at a 2nd level.
Damn, that was a serious fucking bullet. Holy crap.
5. Ooh, 2 5s. Cool. So she heals for 14 points. As the bullet wound, again, doesn't fully close, but closes up for the majority of it. She kind of grabs you and looks around. The rest of you who are sitting in the bar hear the sound of 3 quick, rapid gunshots. And Kipley, this is a curious notion. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you are flying closer to the tavern.
15.
15. Go ahead.
Oh wait, that
You
should have been at
see-
disadvantage. I forgot I'm exhausted.
Sure. Good catch. Go for it.
Oh, well, okay.
Still 15.
Damn.
They rolled really bad on stealth despite that. They have a ridiculously high modifier too, both a 4. Natural 4. That doesn't help. You see and hear in the distance. It's not as loud to you as you're still high up, kind of taking the route above the actual buildings, so you can just kind of cut across walkways instead of getting like the winding path that you took to get there initially. So you get there faster, and as you're kind of flying, getting close to the tavern, only like 30-ish seconds away, you hear rapid succession bursts. And then you see as a small figure dashes across the road. Cloaked completely in the dark, you can't fully make out details. We just watch as the figure runs directly across the road from the tavern, begins heading deeper into the city.
How far am I from the tavern?
Only about like in combat wise, like 2 rounds, double dashing.
So like 60 feet. Oh
You
no,
can
double
cover 60
dashing.
feet in a
I
round.
get you. I get
Yeah.
you. I get
So
you.
you're like 120,
Yeah.
150.
All right. So she'll just kind of look at it, pause for a moment, watch kind of where the individual goes. But actually, can I
Does
roll to
drunk
see if
Kipley
she
do?
even thinks that that's Mustang at all? Because she knows what Mustang uses for a weapon.
Rolls to know that it's Mustang's gun. I mean,
To see if she
lore
thinks it's
wise,
yeah.
lore wise, I'm pretty sure the prime Monica makes harmonica sounds when you shoot it. Correct me if I'm wrong,
It does.
Ash.
When the
Yeah,
harmonica is fired, it sounds like someone blowing into all the notes of a harmonica.
exactly.
I didn't
So,
realize it had a name. That's so
I,
amazing.
I know it's adorable. So you'd know that it sounds like normal gunshots, not Mustang. Um, even from this distance, the Prime Monica is very unique and noticeable.
All right. Well, she'll pause for a moment and then I think she would probably keep heading back towards the tavern
Just that one? Okay.
and
So
run right into the front door like the bat did before.
two bats breaking through. Okay, you make note of the direction they're heading, and you lose sight of them as they begin to head off. Yeah, the choice of following, but you go for the tavern. Smashing through the tavern door. All of you immediately getting alerting to this. You see Gwendol looks around quickly, and you see pulls the two cutlasses off the back of the wall that look like they're ornamental. Pulls them off and like looks at the ready. Kipley comes busting in the door. What are the rest of you doing?
Rictus would have been on alert hearing because we would have heard the gunshots, right?
Yep.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, he probably would have been making his way upstairs after hearing the gunshots.
Yeah, same.
You all run up. You see the door to the room is now open. Um, and you see Mustang and Ina inside. Both you see Mustang kind of backing away from attending to the wound. You see Ina's hand still on her as she's continuously healing from the bullet. And she looks over all of you, kind of points the gun as you all rush up, and then sees who you are and pulls it back. She looks. It was a deep wound, but it looks like she's more in a defensive state right now more than anything else. Do you want to run up? What do you do? What do you say?
Rictus kind of has his hand on the grip of his hammer just in case. But he looks up over to Mustang and is like, What happened? What was that?"
Someone came through the balcony and fired a shot into Ina in her shoulder here, but they ran off before we could make it even.
Did you get a good look at him?
I saw that they are small, but they shrouded themselves in smoke before I got some good eyes on it.
Rictus will go over to the balcony and kind of look over just to
Don't
see.
go over there!
Oh, okay.
Frick, this is blown up. Not kidding. You see, there's a little bit of smoke still in the area. It's slowly dissipating.
Okay.
But you don't see anyone else around.
Wait. Someone fired at you?
Well, someone fired at her, but...
I saw someone running off.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they small?
Yeah.
Do you know where they were going?
Yeah.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go!
All right, here we go.
And he's
Runs
gonna run
into
out.
the door.
You all, I can't believe, just still like the wings are still out. You only have like a few. It lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, also, well, actually, this is a good point. This is your first time using the flight since your 5th level up. You do get a slight extension of time. Instead of going off the 1 minute, you can choose to do it in a duration, in the same way that it works for the Boots of Flight, essentially. So you can choose to use it either in a duration of 1 hour completely, or you can use slight bits of that. Completely forgot to send that to you earlier.
I
So I've
love
been
that.
busy.
Thank you.
But I mean, we already have people that can, well, at least can fly now in the party, so doesn't really matter too much. But Kipley, the wings still out, just boof, hits the door, slams it to the ground,
Ow.
then pulls it open and flies out. All of you rush into the street. Just go ahead and make me everyone dexterity checks.
Why do I roll so many 5s tonight? An 8.
8, 10, and a 7. Woof.
He all trip over each other.
Yeah, no.
We drink too much tonight.
Yeah, well, also, yeah,
So
some of
would
you guys
we.
are drunk. Some of you guys are just still in a daze of what the fuck just happened. And a lot of you are just genuinely just caught up in the moment, unable to really, like, act on anything just because you are so caught off guard. You do know the direction that they went in, and you rush after them. Go ahead and make me perception or investigation checks, 2 of you. This is a general vague direction. You don't have a lot of go on. Kipley, if you make it, are you making it from the air, or are you following close to your party?
Oh. I feel
You
bad.
want to go above? Or go with party?
Yeah, I should probably go up. Should go above.
I'm gonna volunteer myself to be the
it
perception
would
check on the
be-
ground.
It would be a perception check at advantage because you're above, but since you're exhausted, it comes
So
to a straight roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a straight perception check and then Mustang and the one on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me.
Damn it! Damn it!
I rolled an 11.
Alright, 10, 11. You hear, wait, Kipley, you roll, or you roll 11, Mustang, okay. Kipley, you don't see much. You're just flying around trying to find anything that you can. Mustang, you hear a slight noise.
Ooh.
Slight. You don't have an exact direction, but you just hear a sound of a ping down in one of the other alleyways nearby. You don't know if it's related or unrelated. Do you rush after it, or you continue searching?
Is Reese passed out at the bar? Or did Reese come
Reese
with
is
us?
passed out at the bar, deep in her
Okay.
cup.
Rictus, you keep following Kipley. Mammoth, you come with me, and he's gonna split off where he thinks he heard the noise come from.
So you're heading towards the noise?
Yes.
All right. So are all of you heading towards it, or are you splitting up? Who's doing what?
Wait,
I'm
what?
following Mustang.
I was going wherever Kipley went.
Okay, Kipley's just circling above you guys.
Oh, I thought she was going somewhere. Well, everyone can come.
She's still in the general area.
Doesn't matter then.
So you all take off, running through the alleyways, trying to take chase with whatever you have. As you're running past, you can see a knocked over crate, which kind of spilled out with some like kind of rotten-esque fruits, some sort of waste bin. Keep running, turn down a few corners, and you can find yourself in a small square, a small little opening in between some residential area houses. See, there's a fountain, and holding the figure, a small masked figure, in the fountain, kind of drenched in water, and looks to be a little bit of sweat. You see this dark silhouetted figure. Jared.
Holy shit!
Oh, I'm
Would
so
you like
excited!
to describe
That's crazy.
who they see as you are catching some random small goblin that just ran into you as you heard a voice in your head saying to them, "Don't let them go. There's an evildoer nearby."
Yeah. Kind of reacting to it instinctively and with a bit of annoyed look on his face. Um, this human-looking individual that is relatively tall, 7'1",
Oh,
um, kind of holds up this goblin um, to kind of face level, and is just unenthused holding them, um, but just with these kind of like golden eyes that pierce through the darkness, um, just waits for some type of something to come from this creature. And
Yeah.
I think there is a. I'll post the picture and when
Oh,
I find
I
the right
got it.
channel.
Don't
I'll
worry,
post it.
baby.
Oh, you did? Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
sitting in the wings. You see as you're kind of holding the figure, you hear you hear the voice in your head go, I smell something evil about him. Question him immediately. Find out what evil he's done and punish him for it.
yeah. Hey, have you
And
done something evil?
and as you hear this voice and question it, you see a group of people run up amongst the alleyway and are now approaching you. You see the small goblins rapidly trying to kick and get out of your grasp. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Cool, cool.
You are looking
That
to
is
beat. You're looking to beat a 15.
beat a 15. It's actually possible for to fill this.
19? It's
Yeah.
the little goblin kicks off you for a second, and you just grab the scruff and pull it right back at you, unable to escape. It looks like it's desperately trying to get away from these people.
Oh, he'll look towards the approaching group. Um, is this yours?
I'm gonna hold it up towards them.
does the
Yeah.
goblin have a gun on them?
You don't see them holding anything. You see them just wriggling in the dark cloak.
Any smoke bombs?
Again,
That's
they're
it?
a small wriggling mask with a cloak on in the middle of the night. It's hard to make out exact details from afar. You can approach and search them, or ascertain anything from a closer distance. But as you kind of run up, it's kind of hard to tell immediately.
He's gonna slowly walk up to the goblin and draw his gun. Maybe. And he's gonna kind of put his gun up against its jaw. Did you shoot one of my friends?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't shoot anybody. I'm a kind soul out for a walk in the middle of the night, and I think that's a very nice harmonica. Oh boy, you a musician? You got the wrong fella.
I don't know. Are you sure? Can we insight that?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
19.
19? I mean, yeah, he's full of shit. He's wearing the same clothes that you just saw earlier for
Okay.
25 perception check. And now that you've gone up close and you point a gun to his head, as he kind of like puts his hands up, him bring his hands up kind of pushes the cloak slight to the side, and you can see a flintlock pistol in the left-hand side of the coat. You don't see any
Can I
smoke
take
bombs
it?
on him. Yeah, you can take it. He goes, what? That is a family keepsake. Don't want you to take that. Please, that's mine. That's mine.
Is it loaded?
No,
He's gonna put it up to his chin on the other side.
it's not loaded. I swear. You don't need to shoot it. You're crazy. You're crazy guards. Guards! Please,
You know-
I'm being hurt. I'm being abused.
You got the voice of a liar, and that
I got
role's
the voice
already
of a
filled here.
goblin. What are you talking about? I'm not a liar. I'm just a guy.
Mustang's gonna look up to this stranger holding the goblin with murder in his eyes.
I don't know who you guys are or what you're about, but please just let me go, and there'll be no more trouble. I'll be on my way like a bird in the night.
And Mustang is just looking up at me.
Yes. He's got murder in his eyes, but it seems like he's asking for your permission.
He'll look. He's like, this has exactly zero to do with me. If you kill him, you kill him. If you don't,
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get crazy here. You're just killing somebody for existing? I didn't do nothing. You didn't see me do nothing. I'm innocent of whatever you think I did. I didn't do it.
Can you like shake
Could
him
maybe
around
forget.
a bit?
You do shake him around.
Like, you know, dislodge the
so-
weapons.
is there a surface nearby, like a wall or
Oh,
building?
yeah, there's plenty of walls nearby. You're also standing like right next to a fountain.
Cool. How much does this goblin weigh?
Oh,
You can guess anywhere between like 60-ish pounds, maybe 70.
Cool. He
Love where this is going.
not he's not throwing mock Jesus size. So
Oh my
instead,
God.
instead, we're by a
God.
fountain. He's gonna say, "Hey, bud, listen. Not only is your voice extremely annoying,
What are you talking about, dude?
okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to hold you under the water
What?
for like in the same amount of
Please
time.
don't. I'm scared of
Um,
water. I really don't like it, sir.
Okay, cool. Tell them what they need to know.
I don't know what they're talking about.
All right. He's gonna hold them underneath the water.
Oh my god, Dom, that's amazing.
You see bubbles rising to the surface. How long do you hold them under?
Doradon, I think, is just looking at the bubbles and waiting for like them to slow down, almost like popcorn. How they tell you to listen for the
You
pops to slow
listen to
down.
the kernel. Oh,
How they tell
God.
the bubbles to slow.
Oh yeah. So
Uh,
it goes on for a little while. It goes. And the bubbles start to lessen. You have a thought in your head of like, probably getting close.
Yeah. I actually wait for the voice to tell me to that maybe I shouldn't do that.
Okay. The
you'll
voice is quiet for a very long time until you see one little last bubble float up, and they go, "Okay, you should probably pull them out now.
Yeah,
We must learn what they did first before you punish them."
Cool. He'll pull him out. Just shaking it about a bit.
You're crazy. You're all crazy.
He's gonna try and make another escape attempt. Ooh. That is a natural 17 plus 5. It's a 22 acrobatics check.
22. Okay, cool. Ooh, fuck me. This is gonna be a.
What?
Holy shit.
It fully kicks off of Duradon's chest, sprints away, and begins do, and it's running, and it's running, and it's running, and you all watch as it's running in place as Duradon's just holding its cloak still. And it's like, and since like it's slippery wet from where it just got pulled out of the water, its feet does have traction. Like it is going, but it's going nowhere.
You done?
And after a few seconds, it realizes it's not going. I guess.
Look, I think we can all be friends here. Okay, you're a little weird. You're clearly willing to kill somebody you don't even know. But I can tell you what you want, and then you'll let me go, right?
Who killed our friend?
I didn't kill anybody. Nobody's dead. I didn't do anything. All right. Don't know what friend you're talking about.
Kipley pulls out the head.
Oh, hey now. Don't know who that is.
She
Don't know who that is.
like moves the mouth, the bottom lip a little bit.
whatever you're planning, you don't want to do it, all right? I am a nice little goblin, real friendly. Wouldn't hurt a fly.
Um,
All right, can
I'll
we?
look towards the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was. Can we like start digging in his pockets?
Yeah, if you like to. Duradon's holding them.
Do you mind? She looks up at Durdon.
Yeah, no, I feel at this point I've been an accomplice to whatever this is. Uh yeah, so I guess you can get whatever you need to get from his pockets. I was gonna play into like no face, no case it and just like kill and bury this dude somewhere. So I guess information
Oh,
is
oh,
helpful.
oh, we need to calm down. I think there's a big misunderstanding.
Wait.
All right?
So, like, when you say whatever it was you just said, does that just mean like kill him and just bury him, and not get any information from him?
We shouldn't be killing anybody. That's illegal.
Be quiet.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
at this point, technically, if we don't get anything from him, it'd be more trouble than it's worth to let him go. Go to the guards for whatever given reason, and I don't got time to deal with like bureaucracy and paperwork.
I like the way you think.
Hear the
What's
voice
your
in your
name?
head. That voice in your head go, yes, no. You should find out what he is, and then kill him, and his dying words will live in your head longer that way. But in a lawful sense.
Yeah, he's gonna like twinge a little bit and try to do the mental math on the lawful aspect of it. He's like, yeah, this tracks though.
It's an evildoer. You have to understand, Duradon. Their rights don't exist. And that includes the right to breathe.
And we can agree on that much, I guess. Yeah, so but listen here, guy, pal, your options are looking slim. Either you tell them what they need to hear about whatever it is you're walking into, or the price for the minor inconvenience of just so happening to bump into me is the end of your life. Either way, I won't lose sleep over it. I feel though your life is maybe more important to you though, so I like to give options.
For the sake, go ahead and give me an intimidation check. At this point, Ina has caught up with the group after hearing all of this and also searching on her own. And she goes, there you are, and begins strutting towards you, all of the group. And you see Pistol is still in hand. And she goes,
Okay, let's calm down.
go ahead and make the intimidation check.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Can I use strength instead of charisma? As he's tried his hardest at this point to escape and has failed all times.
I would say in most situations that doesn't involve you physically holding and threatening somebody, no. But this is the exception, so absolutely.
Cool. Whatever this is, plus 4. I actually do have proficiency in intimidation.
Okay. 11.
11.
Yeah. All right. I mean, he's already like scared going into this. As you threatened his life multiple times. And then Mustang held a gun to his head. How much of he's willing to talk and give you information after you've already said that you're going to kill him, you don't know. But you see, as Ina approaches, she goes, there you are, little one. Want to explain why you did... And before she could finish, you watch as it's... I'm going to say... 4. You watch it... tries to run away again, and you just... just keeping the cloak, not going anywhere. And it's desperately trying to escape at this point. It is just... It's fucked. but it can't break the grapple. Go ahead. You could try and ask it whatever questions you want, but is in a state of panic. It's been threatened to be killed multiple times, and it looks like its fight or flight is kicking in, and it's saying flight.
Where's the gold?
I don't know anything about gold. I don't have any gold. No gold. No gold here. Just a lone, poverty-stricken goblin.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
that's a bummer.
Oh, I feel bad. Feel very bad. I've done nothing wrong. I'm just poor. I got nothing to my name. I have a
That's-
family I need to feed. I need to feed my family. I'm just out here on a nice stroll trying to get rid of the day's long labor.
What's your name?
I'm Bob.
Insight.
That's the second Bob I've met recently.
Oh, would you look at that? There's a lot of us. A lot of
Well,
Bobs.
Bob, that's too
Yeah.
bad that you're so broke. We might have been willing to forget all this for a prize.
Well, now, let's not get crazy. you guys, I don't even know why you're after me. I didn't do anything.
Well, he's gonna turn to Ina. Ina, he shot you. What do you want to do?
Well, question him is the first thing, but if he's not willing to talk. And she cocks the pistol, and he goes,
Hey now.
and he stops struggling in your arms.
Let's all just take a sweet second and just say what we want to say to one another, all right? What do you want to know? And I will sing like a canary, as long as you let me live. I just need your word.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it's just the sake of convenience at this point. So
Roll me a
it
persuasion
works out
check.
that way.
He does not trust you.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You said persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Straight
That's
charisma.
flat 0. Yeah, that's flat 0 right there.
7.
7. Cool.
Well, you know, I believe you. I sure do.
All right.
You said Ina is right there, right?
Ina's right there, yeah.
In Ina's head, she's gonna hear Duradon's voice. So, are you the ringleader here? What happened? I am serious about not wanting to get too deeply involved in this. So, what's the situation?
You see a look of surprise cross her face as she looks around, not recognizing anyone else's voice, but sees you staring at her. And weirdly, for one of the first times in your life, you hear a voice enter your head. Besides the one that lives there. And she goes, "No, I was just sitting in the tavern, having a conversation with the smoky one when I got shot on the shoulder by this fuck."
Oh shit! And
Or at least I
you
think
have
it's
any?
this fuck.
I mean, he had the gun, or he has a firearm, and so one of them said they saw. I think the small one said they saw him, so likelihood is all there. You got any enemies or any reason that goblins
Many.
are trying to kill you? Oh, well, shit.
Not many that would send assassins, though.
This is a shitty assassin. If this was an assassination tip.
Say that again.
That's this goblin, a shitty assassin. If this was an assassination attempt.
No, I meant you could say that again as I was concurring with you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I
as-
mean,
You guys are having this like
Yeah, they're having
silent
conversation in their heads.
All right.
Yeah.
So at some point,
Yeah.
Kipley like looks back and forth, confused, and she's gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
I love it. Go ahead and make me. Are you gonna try and pry deeper, or just go for surface thoughts? You're not gonna get the whole conversation.
Yeah,
with
no.
surface thoughts.
Surface just she's kind of looking between the two of them, and then, but she's then gonna look at the goblin, and she's gonna go deep.
You're gonna try and pry deep on the goblin.
That
okay.
made that weird. But,
What is your spell DC? I think it's like 15, 14.
16.
16.
Is that right?
Is that right?
If you have a 20 in charisma, it should be 16.
Yep.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
mine's 16.
16. Whew. Okay. Yes, 16, and then the great wisdom. Oh.
Oh, that little fucker.
17 on the die minus 2.
Oh!
That was a 15. Yeah. You pry deeper. What are you looking for?
Well, she doesn't really know what happened. I guess she's trying to look first if he's lying, and then secondly, what he's hiding.
Oh, for sure. You look at him and it's just like, damn. Like you almost feel bad in some capacity until you do see like the scene like replay out in your head. You watch from his perspective as he climbs up the pipe, and he listens in on Mustangs and Ina's conversation. And when he hears footfalls going towards the door, he just barely peeks above and is aiming for Ina's head, but sees Mustang at the last second, and there's like a glint of recognition and fear, and it causes him to slightly miss his shot that was going to go for a headshot. Hits her shoulder instead, and you can see the entire scene play out as he runs away.
Okay, she'll kind of saunter up at that point and just lean in. What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding anything.
I see everything. She kind of walks her fingers up his forehead.
Hey, now let's be calm and collected about this.
Who
All
hired
right.
you?
By the way, during all this time, because this has gone on for multiple
Yeah.
minutes now, go ahead, everyone, roll me stealth checks.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
As you, this hasn't been a quiet encounter, and just to see if any guards have noticed.
God damn.
Damn.
21, 19, 3, 4, 2 successes, 2 failures. All rolling for Ina as well. Ooh, is a 18. 18 for Ina, so that's 3 successes. Mustang, what's your roll?
8.
8?
8.
3 for 3. Who am I? Is that no? That's straight even. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll one. Goblin's not even good. It's not trying to be quiet.
It should be 7 rolls in total among like NPCs and players, because now there's.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh wait.
No, there's Ina.
Yeah,
There's
7.
the yeah. No. Dirdon already rolled. All of you rolled. Just Ina.